this one's been recording.
Oh, you're lying.
It's been recording. I'm being that I see it here. It's recording. Whatever. All right.
Okay.
This is gonna be great.
This is gonna be great content. So just
little prayer.
Little prayer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Amen.
Right. Amen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Your Highness,
Mr. President. Nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you too. How's the kingdom?
Been all right?
Been all right?
How's New York?
Oh, great. Living it up.
Right.
All right. So,
We are debating
presidency.
versus monarchy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it. Okay.
I thought you were gonna say it.
No. I
All
was
right.
saying my side. The presidency.
I mean, okay, we didn't rehearse this, but
We did not rehearse this at all, so bear with us for a
Yes.
second.
which is the more stable system?
System.
Yeah. Which is the more stable system?
Elaborate.
So, when I say system, I mean system of government.
System of government.
Yes.
Oh, democracy.
Democracy, I say monarchy.
Why is that?
Okay. You have one ruler,
Right.
right? It won't change. You're not going to have bipolar systems or ideals like how you would have with Democrats and Republican, right? We're all just united by one, and it's going to stay for one for a while until, the king dies, which is me.
Okay.
Your point?
My point is, democracy is better because, well, unlike a monarchy, we have a new leader every 4 to 8 years, and also we choose the leader as well. So that's why I think democracy is better, because it encourages freedom of speech and it also encourages freedom of choice. So you have both sides, right? You have the Democrats and you have the Republicans, right? They're not always going to agree with each other, but
Right.
the majority of Americans, they have a right to vote, right? So we put whoever we want in the Oval Office, whether they're Democratic or whether they're Republican. So you can't really please everybody at the end of the day, but you're still pleasing the people.
But in the end, your goals are short term and your plans are not really long term.
Well, that's not always true. Because sometimes we can veto laws, sometimes we can make new laws, and sometimes we can make permanent laws. So,
But let's say your first president, right, says that
it's getting hot here.
It's getting hot.
Yeah, it's getting hot.
Let's say your president puts a policy in, right?
Right.
And it's to help the people, right?
Right.
Your people. The next president can come in and just remove it with like a law or somewhat of, like a policy. So in the end, what change are you really doing?
The change that we are doing is we're just giving more opportunities to other people to express, their voice, express what laws need to be changed, what laws need to stay in.
I think democracy is a rental system. It doesn't last. It doesn't last. And you're going to get corruption from it because it can easily change. There's no, like, how to explain this? There's no big, I lost it. Yes.
Shall I move on? I mean,
Well, I have something from
Okay,
an article.
alright.
So the stability that monarchies have is that your leader is not going to change, right? It says here, monarchies, particularly the constitutional ones, can provide stability and continuity in leadership. As the succession is often predetermined, this can lead to a consistent policy and long-term planning by Cliff Notes 2024. And that's my point. Your policies, or at least my policies, I should say, won't change long-term.
Right.
They are long-term. You guys have short-term plans for your country.
Well, yeah, that is true. But however, we also have plans not even just for our own country, but also for the world as well. I mean, take a look at what Trump has done. Trump, not that I'm, a Trump supporter or anything like that, but like as a president, he's done some pretty good, admirable things. And literally at the first day of his presidency, he ended the war.
Oh.
He ended the war of Ukraine and God, who was it? Who else?
Russia.
Russia?
Yeah.
Yeah, he immediately ended the war. And also he has good relationships with other world leaders and other, countries and stuff like that, which is very good for, I think, like a leader of a country to do, like just make peace, not war with other countries.
But what about the tariffs?
What about the tariffs?
What about the tariffs?
You see, you caught me right
See,
there.
because he's starting a trade war. So what's your opinion on that?
I think it definitely it needs to change because there's some policies that I don't really like about it either. I mean, just the other day I was just the other day I was I pre-ordered my Nintendo Switch, right? But I had to wait for like forever to pre-order it because of the whole tariff situation. And also things are just getting more and more expensive.
Of course,
inflation. Inflation, yeah. But I heard that that Trump is gonna do something about it because he also notices it as well, that things are just getting progressively more and more expensive. These things sort of like take time with it, and I guess that would be like a benefit for you guys is that things just happen so quickly. But good things take time. Good things need patience. So,
okay, let's move on to the next topic.
Let's move on.
So, I think monarchy has a lot harder of a time going corrupt, as in like getting buyouts. Like, let's say an oligarchy, right? You're not gonna really see that in in monarchy systems because the king and the queen already have the money. You're not gonna. There's no reason why the king or the queen should be bought out because they already have the resources. It's the reason why we started with a monarchy. You look so fucking ridiculous. It's the reason why we started with a monarchy. It's the most natural way of politics. It's just natural. What do you think about corruptions? Do you think it's easier to be corrupted in a monarchy or a democracy?
Like it's easier?
Which one's more possible?
Which one's more possible? Definitely a monarchy.
Yeah?
For sure.
Why do you say that?
Yeah, because I mean, you saw what happened in the French Revolution. It's very easy to overthrow because I mean, since you have the same ruler for such a very, very long time, you're gonna have a large group of people that are gonna be pissed, that are gonna be mad that like, oh, we have the same ruler over and over and over again.
That's when you overthrow them.
That's when you overthrow it, exactly. So and with the president, it's very hard to overthrow the president. You only have that same guy for like 4 years or 8 years, depending on like if everyone really likes that guy. But again, that's the point that I was making earlier, was that because you have, different presidents every 4 to 8 years, it's very hard to overthrow. You're not going to have as many people, like mad about it. If anything, you're going to have the opposing side be mad at that president, Like, oh, there's a Republican president up. Of course, like the Democrats are going to be upset about that. Oh, the Democratic president is up. You're going to have, Republicans be mad at that. But mad enough to overthrow it? I don't think so. Except for that one time on January, I forget what date it was.
6.
Yeah, January 6th. That was like an anomaly. Like that is, I don't think that's ever happened before. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's happened like once, like years ago.
So you're saying revolution?
Yeah, like a revolution.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, Europe has its revolution every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be a lot easier for a monarchy to be overthrown just because you would have, you would have a lot of people, to be tempted to overthrow it.
Right.
Yeah.
So your point is you can't overthrow a king.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But your government is already corrupted. Your politicians are getting paid by big companies to say things and to do things to benefit them. So what benefits are you really getting from, hiring these politicians that are so corrupt and just not there for the people? Who are you representing? Are you representing the people, or are you representing the big companies.
You lost
So
me somewhere. So who do I represent? Is that what you're asking?
not who you represent, but your politicians. They're corrupt because they're being paid out by these big companies, like Jeff Bezos, not Jeff Bezos, but you know
Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk.
Yes.
Yeah.
the company heads.
I've heard this sort of thing before. Well, yeah, we do have some pretty wealthy donors.
Isn't it illegal to be a donor to a specific party
No,
in America?
no, it's not illegal at all. No, it just shows your support for that party, for that political affiliation.
Well, you can't exceed the amount. No, there is a certain amount that you can't overpay.
What, like there's a limit to how much money I can
I
donate?
believe so.
Huh.
Search it up.
Search it up. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's not generally illegal to give money to politicians, but there are regulations and restrictions. Federal campaign finance law limit the amount of individuals that can donate to candidates and campaigns. Corporations and labor unions cannot donate directly from their general treasury, but they can support political action committees. So it's not illegal.
No.
I'm guessing maybe, yeah, you're probably right
To an extent.
about that. Yeah, like to an extent, because at that point, again, like what I said, you're just showing support for your cause and for your own like beliefs and all that stuff, and that's exactly what America represents. America represents all about like freedom to do whatever charity you want, freedom to do your own cause to.
Right. I just think it shouldn't be like to an extent like too much money to one party or one politician. I think it's just it's gonna cause corruption, because let's say your company, right, wants this policy passed by this one politician, right? You can just give him money and he will do it. He will support your company, and you can pretty much be monopolized if you really want to. So yes, I think the king can be corrupt, but I think democracy can be rotten to its core if a couple bad apples get into it. I actually have an article stating that it restates what I was trying to say, which is monarchs have so much money and property, and because of that, they can own private. Because they inherit their wealth, they don't need to get work or private companies or, to really worry about their financial motivations, if that makes sense. And that's from HMNS from 2019. That's one of their articles.
Democracy is rotten, you say?
I say it's rotten.
What do you mean rotten? Like, it's just
when one person becomes rotten, they start drinking the Kool-Aid, as some people say.
using a Kool-Aid analogy?
I'm using a Kool-Aid analogy.
Why are
Yes,
you using a Kool-Aid
I'm using
analogy?
a Kool-Aid analogy because it's a common term. So one person starts getting more money, right? And some people want that piece of pie. They want more. They become
I'm
greedy.
pretty sure you're talking about communism.
No, communism is different. What I'm saying is, your politicians are all talking to each other, right? And they're going, yes, I want more of that. Give me more of that. And they start drinking the Kool-Aid, and they keep drinking, and they keep drinking, and they become corrupt.
I don't
That's-
think so.
Yes.
Okay, are there corrupted people working in politics? Yes, absolutely. Are there corrupted people in the government? Yes, absolutely. It's the government. It is what it is, But throughout the years, we've let some people go,
Right.
Um,
Now, is it the people that don't benefit you?
it's people that don't benefit the country, people that don't benefit, not my side. I'm independent. I just think that we should have presidency. We should have presidents because, as I said, freedom of choice, freedom to have a new leader every single couple years, And have there been corrupted presidents? Yes, absolutely. Of course we've had presidents throughout slavery.
Right.
I kind of get what you mean. Like you just see it more as like a ticking time bomb.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. Like eventually it's gonna blow up. Eventually it's gonna screw everyone over.
I think it's already gotten there.
It's already gotten there.
I think to an extent, yes.
What, with Trump?
Not with Trump. I mean, not necessarily. I think it's been like that for a while now. Once you come into power, you want more power, more money, and your workaround is you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get like externally help from different companies, and those companies want benefits. They want benefits from your time in the office. So you are the influence. And in the end, are you really representing the people, or are you just representing the companies that are in your country?
Representing the people. Representing the people, yeah. Honestly, I have nothing to argue with.
No?
No.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic.
Let's move on. Oh, wait, is there more?
Yes.
We have 4 minutes.
I know, we'll be quick.
Okay.
So I think that we put more laws in place faster than America.
That's a point that I made earlier, that you guys do tend to make laws faster. You tend to pass them more.
And they're long term.
Yeah, and they're long term. Well, no, we also have laws that are long term.
You want to go into depth with that?
Not into too much depth, but we do have some laws that are pretty long term. Like Obama made gay marriage permanently legal. I can't think of any other one.
Well, okay. I think there's definitely laws that you guys have that are long term, and I think they're very beneficial to your people. But I think you guys took way too long to implement them, especially when it comes to slavery and black rights and women rights.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, honestly, I can't argue with you on that one. It's taken way too long, but that's also because of the people that were in power at the time, and also just the way how the culture was at the time. I mean, America, we all know the way how America started. We all know, like the very ugly history that we have had throughout the years. But through time and through patience and just the way how like the culture is just changing, and the amount of people that we have from other countries and from other places, swarming in and just making our country like a big melting pot, we managed to change that. And also,
pardon me, that was my alarm.
No, it's okay. Damn, you have an alarm set for 10:25?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, what was it?
The king has his duties,
King has. So does the president.
Right.
But hey, I respect you on that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, and of course, at the time before women got the right to vote, we need more votes, we need more liberty, we need more freedom and justice for all, right? So first it was women, then it was for the African Americans, right? Exactly what Martin Luther King said. I have a dream.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you guys have changed, but it just takes too long.
It does take too long.
I have a source that I want to read out. It's from writingforms.com, 2021. It says, more speed, less bureaucracy. In democracy, the processes are slow, and whenever something goes wrong, magically it's no one's fault. Every entity involved in government will always claim that there's another entity in fault. In monarchy, where ultimately all power is gathered in the hands of one person, the person cannot avoid responsibility. And of course, in a monarchy, whenever something needs to be done fast, the monarch can take charge and do it fast, with unnecessary bureaucracy and protocols. Now, of course, that's a complete monarchy, like if it was a constitutional one, it would take a little longer. Right. But my point still stands. I think monarchy has a faster way of doing things.
Right.
So.
Oh.
I think our time's up.
I think our time is up.
Well, thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Your Highness.